Hi everyone, Charmaine here, and welcome to the fifth and final installment of my Letters for No One series. And wow, it's been 5 weeks. I've been sharing a different pen pal folder tutorial for the past 5 weeks, so we now have 5 different folders. This one is from week 1, and this one is from, I'm not quite sure, I think this one is week 2, and this one right here is week 3, and this one, the little carousel one, if you haven't seen this one yet, the links are all in the description of this video. The last one is this one. I wanted to do a simple color scheme, elegant. Everything is white. I have green paper at the back, parchment paper in these pockets. Yes, these are pockets. I'm going to show you what is inside this one in a bit. But anyway, before I proceed with the tutorial for this one, I would like to thank you for being with me from the first episode of my Letters for No One series. And if you haven't watched them yet, or any one of these episodes, please do. I'll put them in the comments below, and I'll make a playlist out of all 5 of these. So I'm planning to do a giveaway of one of these. I'm not quite sure which one yet, so follow me on Instagram. I'll see if I can make a poll there and tell me which one of these you would like if you were to win it on a giveaway. I'm waiting to celebrate my 10,000 followers there on Instagram. So when I reach 10,000 followers there, I'm going to give away 1 or 2 of these folders. I'm not yet sure about the mechanics yet, but follow me there. That's Instagram, and my handle there is Shacee, SHACEE. And if you haven't yet, subscribe here on YouTube as well. And that's pretty much it. Now let's proceed to the 5th and final pen pal folder that I will be teaching you in this Letter for No One series. Before we hop on to the tutorial, let me show you what's inside. I used an off-white cotton rope to wrap this little bundle together. So before I take you on the inside pockets, let me show you the pockets on the exterior part. So we have one slit on the side where I put in some old vintage film. This is a fun ephemera that is sent to your pen pals. And it has a corresponding pocket on the other side wherein I put some tickets that I DIY'd. If these perforated tickets are looking familiar, it's because they are the ones that I made in one of my tutorials here as well. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check that out too. So as for the exterior part, I just added some details such as stickers and a couple of stamps. These diamonds right here are actually pockets, and let me show you how they work. So basically just hold them on the 2 sides and they unravel into this cute little box where I put in a bunch of stickers. So on the top pocket I put in some plant and botanical stickers. I wanted to do with a little bit of a theme in one pocket, so I just drop it back into its original shape, and let me show you the other pocket as well. It opens the exact same way as the other one. Just pull it up and you get a little box. And in this compartment, I put in some random vintage labels and some other cute stickers that I have. So the thing about these boxes is that they're tiny, so you have to go through your stash of stickers and maybe cut out the tiniest ones you can find. This pen pal folder is actually derived from origami tutorials online that I found for Chinese thread books. So basically they used to store thread in these compartments. But this pen pal folder doesn't end there. We also need a compartment for your pen pal letter. So it opens up to this little box where you can pour more stuff in. So basically I just put in an assortment of tags, stickers, cardstock, that I have. And of course, the most important part, I made this memo pad for the letter. It's actually blank, but I cut it to size and added these flower and number details. I only made 3 sheets to write letters on, but of course it's up to you if you want to make it longer or if you want to make your stationery sheet bigger. And that, my friend, is penpal folder number 5 for my Letter for No One series. I'm super proud of this layout. I have exact measurements in a printable in the description section. Try to have a look at that if you want to follow along so you get the exact measurements to make this one. So let's start with the tutorial. Hey everyone, Charmaine here, and welcome to the 5th and final installment for my Letters for No One series. So this will be our 5th and final envelope, and I wanted to go out with a bang, so this is a bit more complicated than what I usually do because we're gonna do some origami, and I just wanted to do this sort of live voiceover just so I can explain things better. So as you've seen earlier, this is inspired of the origami thread book, and these are measurements that I have applied after watching a couple of origami videos. And these are the things that you will need. You'll have to pre-cut your paper into 2 different sizes. So I've pre-cut the first part into a square. You will need a square, so you can actually use any color or any type of paper for this one. This one is 21.5 centimeter by 21.5 centimeters. And then I have 2 sheets right here. So I actually put these guidelines. This is not necessary, but I'm doing it for this video so you guys can see what I mean. And this is actually, this one is 10 centimeters by 25 centimeters. So basically each box is 5 by 5 centimeters. So all you have to do is make 2 of these. So there will be 2 parts to this video. We will first make the base, and we will be using this one. So let's begin with the base. So basically, we'll have to fold this into thirds. So since this is 21.5, all you will have to do is measure 1/3 on one side. So that's about 7.16. Fold it thirds of the way. All I have to do is take this tip right here and just put it on the mark that we made. Make sure that it's aligned on this side, like so. And I'm just going to press it down. So that should be 1/3. So that's the first step. And then we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna take this tip and fold it into the crease mark that we have made right there. And that should be about 1/3 as well. All right. Now we have 3 parts to this paper. Then the next step would be, we'll start with this one and we'll fold it right in. Okay. Now we're gonna fold it in half. So take this tip and let it meet this corner right here. And okay. Fold it down. Okay. So it should look something like this. Now we're gonna open this up and take this corner right here and fold it to create a triangle along the middle fold or the middle crease that we made. Push it down and do the same for this one. And okay. Now that you have these two folds, you take this corner and let it meet in the center tip, like so. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay. And then now this one, do the same. So now that you have this, all you have to do is fold it out like so. Now it's gonna look something like this. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with the other one, but we're gonna fold it in this way and then fold it in half, like so. So it's supposed to like have a little slit in the middle. Create that little slit. Okay. Then press it down and then open it up and do the exact same thing. Fold the corners into little triangles on all four corners. And then once that's done, I'm gonna fold it down like I did. So you have this. Oops, sorry. Like this. We have a little slit in the center, and that's how we make our box, by pulling this apart and pushing it down right here in the corners. And do the same for the other one, like so. And then when you have this established, like the corners, you press this down like so. So you get, and then you're gonna push this down. And the same for the other one. And then just press it down until you get a square, not a square, a rectangle. So I'm just gonna shimmy it here and there, just so I get a proper rectangle. And do it for both sides. Okay. And there we go. You should have your own little rectangle, and this will serve as our base. Now we have our base, and basically it will open up like this. Ta-da! So that's the first part. We now have our base, and we're gonna set this aside, and now we're gonna work with the 10 by 25 ones, the one with the 5 by 5 centimeter boxes. So basically we fold this in half in the middle on the long side, so you'll have a series of about 5 squares, a long series of 5 squares. Okay, when that's done, so we're gonna make a series of mountain folds. So this is how we're gonna do it. So basically you fold this right so along the line. So now we're creating a mountain fold, and we want another mountain fold on this side. So I'm just gonna continue folding it like this. we now have 2 mountain folds, and we're gonna do this and this as well. Okay. Okay. And last one. Okay. So we have a series of 4 mountain folds. And you can see how it creates a box. Now we're gonna make valley folds. So put your paper like this, and then make sure that this side, the open side, is on top, and you take this corner and you just make a valley fold. And to make that valley fold, basically you just take the corner and pull it down to the bottom of this one, of the first mountain fold, and just make a crease. That's just how you do it. And then from this corner you make it meet this corner, and then just fold it again. And you do this for all boxes. And voila. Yay! So it's going to look something like this. Now, remember that box that we created earlier? Basically just recreate that one. But this time, before doing that, so we have this. Oopsies. So we have this box right here. But we want to tuck this one here. So what we do is we take this one and then we fold this in like so. So we can tuck this one here, and we can create a sort of a seamless box. Ta-da! And this is just me, but origami is supposed to be like paper folding without the cutting and without the glue, but since I want to make sure that it stays in place, I'm using my tape. Just a dot. Just helps it. It just helps keep the paper in place, even if I tug or pull. Oopsies. I just put that one in, and now we have this. We have our little box right here. So I'm gonna put the camera closer so you'll see what I'll do next. Now the next step is, remember we have that open face up here on top? Now you want to part it from the outer layer and just try to push it down. Hopefully you can see it in the camera, but basically we're going to try to make a rosette. That's how I'd like to describe it. But because of the folds that we made, it's just going to fall into place. So let me see if I can. So basically just push it down in the middle, and it will just, see, can you see that? That's a little rosette. And I'm just going to push it down like so. Ta-da. And you see that, and then I just take time to flatten it down. Okay. So we have a cute, nifty little box where you can put tiny ephemeras and stickers, anything your heart desires, they'll fit in this box. And now this is the base of our box. And then this one's easier because it's on the outside. So this time you're just gonna push this down, and it should take the rosette form as well before it, oopsies, So I didn't press the bottom very well, so it's gonna keep popping, so you'll have to push down. And so this is when we rely on the valley folds that we make. And finally, after a bit of nudging, it should just press down and create a little flat box like this. So separately, these two pieces can be used in your journal as a pocket container that opens up like this, or as a little tuck where you can put in little trinkets separately. But we're making a pen pal folder, so we'll set that aside for now. And I'm gonna do this one and do the exact same thing. Now it's time to assemble the pieces now that we have all this. So what I want is to attach this one here. So I'm just seeing if it fits. But if you followed the measurements that I gave and more or less folded it the best that you could, it should just about fit like this one. So I'm just gonna put this one here on this side, and also at the back of this one. So this is what I do. Take out the release paper and try to measure it best as I can. And measure it best as I can, center and to the topmost. Ta-da! And I'll do the same for the bottom. Place this one here. Okay, and then just aligning things, making sure that things are aligned more or less. And we are done. This is the base of our pen pal folder. So we just open it up like this. Now it's time to decorate. So for decorating this folder, I decided to go a bit more light, a bit more delicate, with just using simple and subtle colors. I use cream paper colored cardstock and parchment paper, as you have noticed from the very beginning of this video. Also, I just used a light brown colored ink to make the stamp marks. So that was for the general decoration. And of course, to stuff it in, I was thematic in a way. I picked these botanical but really light personalized stationaries and a bunch of other tickets and tags that I thought would go really well together. So I reached for neutral tones and light colored cards and tags that I had in my stash. If you notice, I didn't put too many items in the pockets, because if I were to send this overseas or to a pen pal, because we've already done a couple of origami folds, it's a bit bulky already, so I just wanted to keep it light by adding just a good number of stickers and stationaries in the different compartments. But this whole thing really depends on you, on your style. You can add more stuff, you can add less stuff, you can use bright colored papers. It's really up to you. And if ever you do get a chance to create one of these folders that I've shared here on YouTube, please do tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your work. I actually share the tags in my stories and I save it on my highlights gallery. Would be awesome if I could include your work as well. Here are some examples of your works which you have tagged me on. So thank you so much for tagging me, and also if you haven't checked them out, I now have about 10 paper craft tutorials in one playlist, so that's something. Anyway guys, this is one of the longest videos I have ever made. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you for making it this far in the video. Do stay tuned for more. I'll still continue my regular uploads on Thursdays and Saturdays. I hope you enjoyed my not so short tutorial, but I hope my instructions were clear enough that you will successfully be able to make one yourself. Again, I'm super thankful for your presence here and for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. For now, enjoy the week ahead, keep safe, stay well. Bye!